Hey guys, welcome to Teaching a Noob episode 3. I might actually make the title of this video Teaching the Noobs because in this video, the noob that I have been teaching, Eliana, isn't in it. I didn't want to go a very long time without uploading, and she's been pretty busy with a few things going on in her life, and she works and everything, so it's hard to really find time. So I figured I would kind of make episode 3 without her, just because the series was called Teaching a Noob, but it was also my mage only playthrough. So I figured I would just go ahead and make a video of episode 3 and kind of just go over the best ways to make money again as a new player, talk about a few things, show off a few things also. But anyways, if you guys watched the first episode of the series, or even the first episode of my last series, basically the best way to make money right off the bat is the rat tokens in the Rat Boys Nightmare. By far one of the best ways to get some cash and get your jump boots. So if you're actually a new player, you have friends that are starting off, that's probably the easiest way that I would have them to make the money. Other than that, as soon as you have enough for the 100,000 fishing rod, also, fishing is early, mid, and even late game money making, to be honest, because the treasure chests that you can get can give you such good gear. Obviously, it's rare, and you probably would get not that great of stuff, but you also get overgrown dividers, and obviously, as I say that, I do get one, my first fish, and it's just overall really great money. It can take quite some time to get treasure chests from doing this, but it's definitely worth doing it if you are invested in the game. So if you don't really like fishing and you wanted to kill things for money, then I would definitely recommend you to the spider boss, because whether you are range, mage, or melee, you can kill the spider boss. If you're meleeing it, you just need to jump on its head, and I'm pretty sure most melee weapons will work. And if you're ranging or maging it, you would just use the method that I used with Eliana in the previous episode, where you just jump on the rock. And basically, the spider boss is one of the better ways to make money if you wanted to kill things for money, at least for early game. There is also the Magma Brain boss, which I will show that off a little bit later, but I was never really a big fan of this boss because it takes a while to kill for kind of newbie players, and it's not safe down there. There is a safe spot for the boss, but other creatures can spawn and hit you even if you're in the safe spot. So it's not really safe, it's harder to kill, and you do make more money, but in my opinion, it's just not worth killing over the spider boss. And if you wanted to make money a different way besides fishing or killing spider boss, magma boss, you can also just explore the world. And I know I explained this in some of my other series, but just exploring around, finding presents, finding the interdimensional traveler, which he usually doesn't really give you anything good, but just finding the presents and the frogs that are in the cage, you do make quite a bit of money. And with the presents, you can pretty much always upgrade your gear. If you get any kind of equipment, it should be pretty much better than anything you would have as a new player, especially. So besides fishing and killing the spider boss or magma brain boss and traveling around the world looking for presents, there is another way that you guys can probably already guess, which is farming. And those are the four main ways I would say that you would make money as kind of a mid-game player, early mid-game player. Obviously, Rat Boy tokens are by far the number one thing you should do when you first get on, but after that, those are the four things that I would recommend. And farming is one of those things that you can do while you're still playing the game, so it's just making extra money while you're making money. Or you could just do it before you go to sleep for the night, and when you would wake up in the morning, you would have money because you would harvest whatever you planted and sell whatever you got. And there are a lot of farm patches that you can actually plant things at. There are 4 at Toppletown, 4 at the town of Right and Wrong, there are 4 at the Apple Orchard, and then there are 8 at the Farm Fortress, but you only have access to 4 of them unless you complete a quest, which if you have any kind of magic or range weapon or even have stilts, you should be able to complete the quest, because there's a part where you have to kill 3 bunnies, I think, or you have to get 3 rabbit fur. Maybe you need 5. I'm not really sure. It's been a while since I've done it, but the quest itself's not very hard, and it would unlock 4 more spots to plant seeds, which ultimately would just lead to more money if you were planting seeds. So I would recommend farming whether or not you are fishing, killing bosses, or just going to sleep for the night. If you're always buying seeds and planting them, you should pretty much always be making money. There are a few things where you can lose money, like on the gift tree seeds. You can get unlucky and lose money. And you also need to pay attention to what the price is when you're buying it, because there is a low and a high to when they're selling it. You always want to buy it when it's at its lowest, because that will give you the best chance to make money, especially on noble blue seeds since they were nerfed. And if you guys ever had any questions about anything on Fantastic Frontier, or you just really weren't sure about anything in general, there is an wiki page that is very well kept and has a lot of information on there. I even use it a lot of the time if I want to look something up or see what something does or how much something is or where something is even sold at. That's where I always look. So if you guys didn't know about that, you should definitely take a look at it. I will put a link in the description, or maybe I'll pin it as a comment. I'm not too sure yet, but it'll be somewhere, so just scroll down and look for it if that's something that would interest you. And another good way for making money as a new player, at least it used to be one of the better ways, was to just come up here and grab the brain mushroom, because it pretty much, I'm not really sure what the timer is on when it spawns, but you could server hop and pick it up over and over again, and it sells for like 9,500 gold, so it actually wasn't that bad of a way to make money. And if you couldn't tell already, we're going to be making our way to the Magma Brain boss, because like I said earlier, I am going to show it off for you guys a little bit. It is one of the bosses that you can kill as a new player. It does make you quite a bit of money, but I'm not sure if I would actually recommend killing this for newer players, because you do need to be careful for the other things that can spawn, which they don't that much, but they can. And if you had a lot of stuff on you and died with it, you would have wasted a lot of time. So you definitely need to be careful. The pits are a pretty dangerous place too. There are a lot of different things that can spawn in and around this area. So if you were coming to kill the magma boss, you would definitely want to jump down as quick as possible and fly down into this little hole in the ground. And once you're in this area, you are basically where you need to be. If you had a ranged weapon, you could kill it right on the edge of that little walkway I was at. And if you don't get too close to him, he will just keep shooting little lasers at you. That's the noise that you're hearing. And as long as you keep moving, he actually can't hit you. And basically, there are a lot of holes that you can jump down, and I didn't jump down the right one, which isn't really a big deal because you just run around until you find this little hole in the wall. And this is where you can safe spot him with magic and range. And for the most part, you're pretty much safe because he won't try to attack you as long as you don't move too far up. But like I did say earlier, there are other things that can spawn. As you can see, a giant bat was trying to murder me. And, you know, that's a problem if you're a new player, because it did 75 to me, and I think I have maybe like 20 armor or something. I'm not too sure, maybe like 30 armor. So if you didn't have any, it definitely would be hurting you quite a bit. So that's kind of the main reason why I like the spider boss more than the magma boss. But anyways, I do kind of want to take a second to talk about the series in general, because the series was kind of split between teaching a noob and my magic only playthrough. And I can't really make episodes on my own of my magic only playthrough and then make episodes with teaching a noob, because then I would be doing the same thing twice and you guys would be seeing that. Like, if I went to the road and got to the end of the road and farmed the demokin for my key, but then in the teaching a noob I would have to do that and teach her and do that with her, it would be like you guys were watching the same thing twice. So I'm not really sure how to do it or what to do, because if Eliana doesn't have that much time to record episodes and I can only do like one a week maybe, or even longer than that, because I think it's been like 6 days now since my last upload and we haven't really had time to do anything. So I don't want to wait that long before uploading for you guys, but I'm not sure exactly what you would prefer. So let me know in the comments or in my Discord, if you're in there, what you would kind of want to happen. If we can't really get time to play together, what you would want me to do instead. Um, she should have time coming up soon, but I'm just kind of wanting to hear what you guys think about it. That way, worst case scenario, if we can't have time together coming up, I would want to know what you guys would want me to do. That way I can still upload videos. But I know some of you were saying that I should change who I'm teaching every few episodes, so I'm not teaching the same person, but that kind of defeats the purpose, because the video itself is teaching everybody technically, so it would really just be giving somebody else a chance to play and talk with me, which is fine, but everybody is at different parts of the game, so it's really easy to be teaching her because she never played. And if I was trying to teach somebody else altogether, I would need them to tell me like what they know, and they probably already have watched my videos, so they pretty much know everything that I would tell them. So that kind of seemed like it wouldn't really work out either. But basically, I'm fine with just doing my mage only playthrough too. I could make videos like that. It's just you guys might end up having the same video gameplay whenever I do the teaching a noob in my mage only playthrough. So yeah, it would be a little weird. Let me know what you guys think. And basically, if you guys couldn't tell, like I said, the magma takes a long time to kill. And I know I'm killing it by myself, but still, I'm pretty sure I'd kill the spider already by now. So it definitely does take quite some time. But the good thing that I didn't mention before about the magma boss is after you kill it, if you brought a pickaxe, you can also mine all of the rocks. And there are usually quite a bit of onyx rocks, and they sell for a decent amount if I remember correctly. But if you're server hopping for the magma to spawn, then you wouldn't really be able to do that method, because I think the rocks spawn for how long the game has been live. So if you just join a server, there wouldn't really be any rocks to mine in there. So that's kind of another bad thing to this boss. And so once you finally kill the boss, there are technically 4 ways that you can use to get out of here, which obviously the first one is your home teleport, but it only has a 15-minute cooldown. So if yours is down like mine was in the video, you would have to use one of the wizards. There are 2 of them. One's a nice one and one is a mean one. And I think the evil one will make you pay 5,000 gold to get teleported out, and the nice one will teleport you out for free. And if you wanted to leave another way, then you would probably need wings and a minion. That way you could just fly out of the hole that you jumped into. But basically you do want to be careful, because obviously you can see that there's a bat up there that was at its spawn, and there are also little soldier guys with swords. I think I actually killed one earlier in the field. I'm not really sure why it was out there, but I'm pretty sure they also spawn inside here. So you do want to be careful. And here you can see the kind wizard teleports you out. And if you wanted to go back to the town of Right and Wrong, you would just go east, which is the easiest way to do it. But I figured I would kind of explore a little bit on the peak over here to see if I could find the fishing hole or the rabbit hole. And I do end up finding a present, which I was kind of shocked about, but obviously, like I said, one of the good money making methods is searching the world, finding presents. So I figured this would be pretty cool. It was kind of weird because it has like 2 little black spots that looks like eyes, so it looked like it was just staring at me. But obviously we don't get very lucky with what we find. I think it was worth 50,000, so it was pretty much one of the worst things you could get. I think 50,000 is like one of the lower ends. There are stuff that's probably less than that, but 50,000 is not a lot for what you could get. So it's pretty disappointing, but figured I would just show you guys that too. And I figured I would also throw this into the video because this was also something that was unexpected and it just kind of happened. Obviously, I like fishing to make money out of all of the options that I said earlier. And I think it's better than killing the spider, killing the magma brain, searching the world. If you're farming and fishing, I think those are the best ways because you can get lucky. But sometimes I do like to take a break, maybe kill the spider boss for money because obviously fishing can get kind of boring. It's just sitting there waiting for a noise or the bobber to move and make bubbles. But basically, I can see why people don't like fishing, but it is one of the better ways to make money. But anyways, I figured I would show this part in the video, and I think out of all the times that I've fished in all of my series, I actually don't remember if I ever got this before. I don't think I have. And if you guys haven't noticed what I am talking about yet, it is the deep sea treasure chest. And I remember getting this in the rabbit hole before, but I don't remember if I ever actually got it from the Forgotten Lake. So that's pretty awesome, and I figured I would just teleport home before I open it. I know that you can just sell it for 200,000, but obviously I would rather open it because more than likely you're going to get something worth more than that. I'm pretty sure you have to pay like 3 mil or something to buy it from one of the guys that sells them. But anyways, we're going to open it and see if we get lucky. We're hoping for any mage equipment because this is my mage only playthrough. And when I first seen this, I wasn't sure what it was, but then it turns out it is the new voice helmet, which is one of the magic sets that came out recently, and it gives endurance, HP regen, 70 magic, and some armor. So it is a massive upgrade to what I was wearing. It kind of sucks that it was a helmet because that was like pretty much the only piece of magic gear I already had. So basically just replace that, sell the other piece, and now we have a really nice helmet. I would pretty much say that's the late game. And yeah, so have a really nice helmet now. And since we are sitting on 820,000 gold left, I figured I would go find myself the Dream Net, which if you guys don't know what the Dream Net is, it is a back piece equipment that gives 44 magic damage, I believe, and it's 744,000. So basically that is what I'm going to go buy. It is in the town of Right and Wrong, and obviously I didn't really get lucky trying to find it. I had to world hop a few times, or server hop, and finally I did find it. So we are looking pretty good now in terms of, I don't know, in terms of not being a noob. We have quite a bit of magic damage, and we have a little bit of endurance, a little bit of HP regen now, so in my opinion, I think we're doing pretty good. A few more upgrades, and I think I would actually be able to solo the tower, which would be fun, and I probably could solo the tower right now, but it would just take a lot longer than I would want it to, so yeah, don't really want to do that. But anyways, that's pretty much going to be the end of this video. Like I said, I'm probably going to name it Teaching a Noob still, even though it wasn't, just because I kind of gave a lot of tips and my thoughts on the best ways to make money, so technically it is like I'm helping a noob. And let me know what you guys think about what you would want to see for next videos, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.